Hello everybody, Starr here, and welcome to the final and the 12th, I guess, day of my 12 Vids of Chrimbo series. Now for the final episode, I wanted it to be a bit more chatty, a bit more chilled, just kind of reflecting over things and talking about the future. I feel like it's kind of the right thing to do because it's the final video of the series, and you know, this whole series was about like leading on from the old year into the new year and looking back at a load of different things that I'd done and like connecting with some people and like just generally having a glimpse at me as a person in my life and things like that. I think it's, you know, quite a reflective series in a lot of ways. I'm really glad that I did it. The support for it has been like so great. Like I didn't think that many people would be interested in it, and I'm really glad that people were interested in it. And just generally it's been a really fun series to do. It's been a bit stressful at times trying to get all of the videos out on time, but it has been a really wonderful series to do, and I'm really glad that I've done it, and I'm really glad that you guys have enjoyed it. So for this video I just wanted to talk a little bit about reflecting upon the year, and it's going to be quite a chatty video. Probably won't go on too long, but it's going to be quite chatty, and it's going to be talking about a couple of resolutions that I have as well, which I've got written down in the old piece of paper right here for you guys. So firstly I just wanted to have a little like reflection back at my year so far. So if we look at, let's think back. So beginning of 2015, awful. You guys know that already, like I don't really need to go into too much detail on that. Although if there are new viewers here, then it is worth probably checking out a couple of my older videos talking about it. If I remember, I'll try to remember to link them in the description below. But beginning of 2015 was just like the worst. Like the worst time of my life. And I know that that phrase is thrown about a lot. People are always talking about things being the worst whatever of their whole life. But I can genuinely say at this period of my life, 21 years into my life, I can look back at those couple of months from about mid-December 2014 to about mid-February 2015. That period was the worst period of my life. I was upset, I was sad, I was anxious, I was unsure about so many things, and it was honestly just a horrible, horrible time. And you know, generally I look back on the year and I try to be positive about when the year begins, and like, oh no, you know, it's going to be a good year, there's no point in thinking it's going to be a bad year. I don't really believe in that, good years and bad years and things like that, because like, you know, you're separating your life into little blocks then, into little, that's one block of my life this year from this date until that day, and then that's another block, and you know, the two can't overlap. It's just that year was bad and that year was good. You can't split your life into things like that, because so many good and bad things happen every year, so you can't possibly, I feel like it's a bit mean to the year to say 2015 was a bad year. Like, what's 2015 done to you? There were bad things that happened. Maybe most of the year was bad for you, but like, it doesn't mean that's all going to change around in the new year. If you want to change stuff around, then you need to do it now. You can't just wait until the new year. So I think it's a bit unfair splitting years into good years and bad years. So kind of reflecting back on the year, I'm not really trying to be like 2015 overall was a good year. It's a nice time to kind of reflect and look back at the year as a single unit, but a bunch of things that happened in the year started in the previous year, and a couple of things that happened at the end of this year are going to continue on until 2016. So when I talk about 2015, I do mean it in a very vague sense, but if we look at 2015, I was in my second year of uni going into it. I was absolutely miserable for about a month and a half, 2 months. I overcame that to a degree. Started on some anti-anxiety beta blockers, first irregularly, just when I needed them, and then quite regularly for a couple of months, to deal with the anxiety that I was feeling. There wasn't any particular trigger to it. At one time I did think it was a bit of social anxiety, but it's so hit and miss with me that I don't think it is. I think it's more just general anxiety and feeling worried about things like that. So I was able to overcome that and, you know, get on some medicine which helped me deal with it until I got to the point where I no longer need it. And actually coming into this year, I'm basically going in with the mindset I'm not regularly taking beta blockers anymore. I will take them if and when I really need them, if I'm really being affected by anxiety to the point where like my heart's beating really fast and I can't focus. But that's going to be very rare. I'm not going to use them unless I have to. I don't like relying on medicine unless I absolutely have to, and I don't feel like I need it right now. We are obviously approaching into the time where I did feel quite down and anxious, so I'm a little bit wary of that, but I'm really trying to just push past it all and to not have it worry me. And if it does worry me, then I've got people I can talk to help me with that. Like, you know, friends that are really supportive and family, and like, you know, now that I've been through it once, everybody knows that, you know, what I'm like with it and what I've been through it, so it's a lot easier to deal with now, I think. Going into the middle part of the year, kind of March, April time, deadlines for uni, things like that, I dealt with those pretty well, considering I was struggling with deadlines and stuff at the start of the year, and I just narrowly missed getting a first in a module I was supposed to do really well in, and things like that, because I was being affected by this anxiety. I think I dealt with my deadlines very well in the middle half of the year. I managed to get on set to help out with a feature film, which was for a charity, which I got so much experience from and met so many people from, and really came out of my shell and threw myself into the world of filming a little bit more then. I made a video for the TV Society, which placed, I think, 4th in one of the NASTA, the National Association for Student Television Association. No, that's not right. Anyway, there are awards that they have every year, and that's the highest any of our videos have ever placed for our society at Manchester, because we're quite a new society, and I was over the moon about that. I continued getting involved in editing projects, doing commissioned work as well, which is not only great for my CV, but just great experience in general. I met a bunch of cool people. I signed up to be a volunteer for a helpline service. I worked on some commission projects with some of my friends, and now we're talking about starting up our own post-production partnership, which is crazy. I went travelling a ton over the summer, considering I'm not a very well-travelled person. You know, I went to Minecon, one of the best weekends of my entire life. Went to Insomnia, another fantastic weekend. And I went interrailing, another incredible week. I came into 3rd year and I had all the modules that I wanted to do, and I've been working really hard during 3rd year, and I think I've done a pretty good job of balancing my work of uni with my work with YouTube and also my social life. I have been absolutely mind-numbingly busy. I have become a very busy person in the past year. Like, that is the biggest change, I think, with me. I kind of made myself busy at the start of the year in order to distract myself from feeling so down, and that's kind of stuck with me. I've just become a very busy person, which is, you know, bizarre, because I used to be a very passive person who didn't do much and just sort of lazed around a lot of the time and kind of did my own thing. You know, now I'm just an incredibly busy person who's getting involved in so many projects and so many things, and it's a very weird, you know, change to happen to me, but it's one that I'm really glad about, because I'm just getting so much more done with my life. Still need to work on, you know, job seeking, CV stuff, all of those really important things, which I keep putting off, but I'm getting there. I'm building up experience and I'm getting there. So we'll see how I do with that. But yeah, so this year has been actually a massive year of change for me, more so than I think my first year of uni, when normally people are like, you go to uni and, you know, once you're there, like, it's such a huge change and you change a lot as a person. Not once you're at uni, you become more independent, but I really think that I properly came out of my shell in between 2nd and 3rd year, especially leading into 3rd year this year, because I came into 3rd year being really scared and worried about, you know, having the same rotten feelings that I did in 2nd year. 2nd year of uni felt like just a really bad year of uni for me, at least for the first half, and you know, I feel like 3rd year I've become so much more independent and so much, you know, I'm getting involved in so much, and it's a really great feeling to feel like, you know, I've actually become, like, I feel like I can adult a little bit more. I feel like, you know, hey, I could even, you know, live on my own and do this and that. Like, 2nd year, the thought of living on my own in the city, living in Manchester, terrified me. Being away from home terrified me. And now I'm like, yeah, I can do it, it's fine, I'm good, I'm solid, I can cope with this, I can cope with anything. Which I know is a bit naive to think that you can cope with anything, but I feel like I personally have grown so much as a person just in this year, and I've still got a long way to go. I mean, everybody has a long way to go, really. I don't think you ever really reach the destination truly in life, otherwise life would be very boring if you were exactly the person who you wanted to be. But I definitely think that I have grown a lot more as a person, and I'm really excited to continue to grow in the future. So I think 2015 as a whole was a year of the lowest of the lows, but also the highest of the highs for me. And I'm really excited to see what 2016 brings, and that's a really nice feeling. I'm generally quite an optimistic person, but 2015, the beginning of it really damaged me for that, and I really didn't think I was going to get that optimism back, but I definitely have. And you know, there's still going to be lows and there's still going to be highs, but that's life, you know. Everybody has those, you know, really rubbish moments, and everyone has those really good moments. So yeah, I'm really excited to greet 2016 with open arms. It still feels weird to say 2016, not quite used to it yet, but we'll get used to it soon, I'm sure. So I'm going to talk a little bit about a couple of the resolutions that I have. I'm not normally one for resolutions. There's kind of general things I say that I'll do every year, and honestly, I'm so bad at sticking to resolutions because I never really put them on paper. I never really properly say, this is what I'm going to do. So I've decided this year, these resolutions, I'm putting them in a video now. I'm putting them in video form. I don't know if I'm going to keep some sort of regular thing with them, maybe with vlogs to say how I'm doing with certain things, but I want you guys to hold me to these, and I want you to make sure and give me flack if I don't hold to them, because I really, really need some of these to happen in order to be able to look back on 2016 and be like, I'm so glad with what I've done this year. So I'm going to go through a few of them. They're only kind of, I don't know, there's quite a few stages involved in a few of them, and some of them can't happen until later in the year anyway. But I'll go through them and we'll just see how they go. So the first one, which is one which especially I've been struggling with the past year or so, but just in my whole life, is something that I kind of struggle with. But I really want to lose weight, and I don't want, this is something which I've said a lot. I've kind of said on Twitter and things like that, like, oh, I'm really unhappy with my weight, don't like how fat I've become and things like that, and people have been like, oh no, Starr, you're fine, you're beautiful, you're skinny, you're lovely, etc, etc, you know, you got curves, it's not fat, it's fine. And it's like, no, here's the thing, I have gained a lot of weight since I've been at uni. I've put on almost a stone since I started uni, and I really didn't want to do that. I didn't want to gain the big uni whatever, but I did. I don't even know what it is, the big uni 10 pounds or stone or 2 stone, whatever it is, and I have, and I can feel it, and I know that I have, because certain clothes don't fit anymore, or are tighter on me, and I just know. I look at myself in the mirror and I see it, and I know. And I wear a lot more things, like jumpers like this, because I don't want to show the fat that I've got around my body anymore. So I think I do a fairly good job of hiding it most of the time, but I have gained a lot of weight, and I'm incredibly unhappy with that. I've never really been a skinny girl my whole life, although I can look back at pictures of me when I was like 14, 15, and back then I used to think that I was fat, which is stupid, like so stupid. But I had a lot of tall skinny friends who were like blonde babes and whatever, so you know, that was difficult. And you know, I look at myself there and I'm like, if only I was that weight now. And I know a lot of people do that. They look back at their older selves and they think, damn, I really wish I was that skinny again. Now look at me, I had it easy back then. But I've gained quite a lot of weight, you know. I can feel it in my face and see it in my face. I can feel it on my legs and see it and feel it when I move, and I absolutely hate it. And I've never really had good body image in the first place, but this has just really like sunk me to a new low with how fat and disgusting I feel. And this isn't a cry for, oh, everybody tell me how nice I look and how pretty I am, and oh, you're not fat and things like that. Like, I appreciate it, but no, because this is something that I have to do, and I really want to lose a stone by the end of the year, or something close to a stone. A bunch of my friends have talked about it. A couple of friends that I went with to France in New Year, we were talking about it, and we all really want to lose a lot of weight. Actually, one of my friends is getting married in a year and a half, which is insane. I'm married in a year and a half. Like, this is a childhood friend that I grew up with and knew when I was like 8, 7 years old. And now she's getting married, and that's really scary and beautiful. And we all want to lose weight for the wedding. There's like 5, 6 of us. So we're all going to try and do that. And we've all been posting about our goals, and we're going to keep track of each other and, you know, losing weight and things like that. So that's what I want to do. Now, unfortunately, with uni at the moment, it might become easier once I'm out of uni, but right now with uni, that's extremely difficult because I'm incredibly busy at uni, and it's all things that I really can't give up because they're all things which are contributing towards getting like film experience for the future, and like deadlines and working and things like that, and also just some downtime to be sociable, which I don't think I do enough, which I'm starting to do more now, but like I'm gonna go mad if I don't have at least a little bit of social time. So it's not like I can go to the gym every day. My schedule just does not allow that, especially mornings. I'm often very busy, and I'm a night owl, so I tend to wake up later in the day, and not that late, like I try to get up at 9 every day, but I go to bed quite late at night, So like going to the gym or whatever in the evening would be ideal, but then like walking home alone in Manchester isn't ideal, and like paying for a taxi costs money, and going for a gym membership costs money, and I'm very poor and very busy at the moment, which is not a good combo for exercise. So my plan right now is to try, I've got my Fitbit here where you hit like a certain number of, it needs charging actually, where you hit a certain number of steps a day. So my aim is to really try and hit a certain goal every day, which will be like 10k steps or something like that. Even the days where I'm sitting down at my desk, if I just go for a walk for like half an hour, then that can really boost up your steps quite a lot. So I'm aiming to try and get a bit more exercise done into my daily routine. I want to start doing like a home exercise regime, which I do at least a few times a week, which would just be a thing I do in the evening, like before I have a shower or something, just to get some exercise in. It's free, I can look up YouTube videos. If you guys have any recommendations, please recommend them to me. And it's quick and easy to do, because I just have to get changed in my own house, get undressed in my own house, and I take a shower in my own house. I don't have to go anywhere, which is ideal for me at the moment. So once I'm back at uni, I'm going to be pushing for that and really trying to get regular exercise into my week, because it's not only a case of me feeling like I'm fatter, I'm also a lot less fit than I used to be. I used to be on the cross country team at school, but I could also do like 200-meter sprint. Like I was a fast bugger with quite a lot of stamina, and I really lost a lot of that, and I'm gutted that I have, and I really want to get that back again. I also have a problem with portion control. I tend to eat a lot. I love food. I'm going to try and not love food as much. I just generally have better portion control. I've already started on quite a few healthier things, like drinking water more regularly and not snacking as much, and not buying like fizzy drinks and things like that. And I'm going to try and continue with that and make it even better. So just generally helping with my eating as well. And I'm going to try and do monthly updates as to how I'm doing in terms of weight. And you guys are going to hold me to that, because the more publicly I make, I'm not going to say my exact weight because that's a bit, personal, but the more publicly I talk about what I've gained and lost, then the more inclined I feel and the more pressure I feel to lose that weight and to keep it off. So I'm really, really, really going to try and make this like a fairly regular thing, and quite a few of you people have been talking about that as well and trying to lose weight, so maybe it's something we can do together. I don't know, maybe I'll set up some sort of vlogging YouTube community thing where monthly we post about what we've been doing and things like that, and maybe some of you guys can get involved as well. Like that'd be great. You've got to tell me what you think, because that'd be fantastic if we could do that. But that's one of the main resolutions for me this year. In terms of the content creation side, I have two kind of main goals for that. One of them is to do more video projects. I do quite a lot of personal projects, and I tend to put them on the back burner a bit, which is kind of lame because I get busy with other things. But I really want to try and get like a few video projects under my belt this year. I want to say a tentative 3 video projects, and they can kind of range from anything. They could be like, so the video project that I did on abuse, that was a video project, but also maybe there's just like a small sketch or something like that, like 5-10 minute short film or something like that. That could be a video project, but it's something which is like independent. I have written it or directed it or something like that and filmed it myself. One of those kind of projects. I want to get like maybe 3 of them done a year, this year, because I just need to like build up a portfolio more, and I need to get that experience and become more confident with my own content. So I think by doing that and having a few more projects under my belt at the end of the year, I could be like, look at all this stuff that I have done this year. So that's definitely one of those things. And the second thing alongside the kind of content side is to have more regular streams, and this is something which is going to definitely come into play more after uni when I have more time, because uni is just a really infrequent schedule at the moment. Right now at uni I try to do a stream a week, but the day always varies and the time can vary and things like that. So after uni especially, I want to try and get into more regular streaming. Maybe I'll try and do 2 or 3 streams a week. It honestly depends on like life and what's happening with me and things like that. But I really want to try and shoot for that. So more regular streaming is the thing I want to do. My YouTube channel is kind of still a bit, all over the place at the moment, as I'm trying to find like the groove that's right for me, because right now I do a lot more gaming on Twitch than I do on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is gradually becoming a bit more personal and about me and my life and things like that, and I still want to have gaming on there, but it's just not quite going to be as regular, but we'll see about that. And then in terms of work are the other kind of couple that I have. So my 2 kind of aims for that is to up my editing commissions and generally make a more stable or more lucrative income with my online content. So like Patreon and things like that, I'm revamping at the moment. That should hopefully roll out by the end of the month. Hopefully, that's what I'm aiming for. All of my new stuff I want it to roll out by the end of the month. I feel like I'm leaning into the camera a lot. Hello friends in the camera there. And I want to open, again, this will have to be something which is after uni because I have more time there, but I want to open editing commissions as well, just because, you know, editing, I love editing, I've done commissions before and I'm happy to do them for people who want them. So those are two kind of things that I want to actually do, Patreon and editing commissions for my online stuff. And also just get a part-time job. Once I've left uni, I'm going to need a job, just in general. I don't know where I'm going to end up yet, if it's in Manchester or something like that, but I want to get a job or a part-time job of some description so I can have a stable income, because that is something that I really need right now because I'm very, very poor. So those are kind of the two work-related things. And just my last one is just to be happy. Just to be happy with myself, and these are all kind of things which contribute towards that in terms of weight and appearance and things like that. I will be happy with myself and, you know, who I've become by the end of the year. I want to try and slowly weed out the things in life which make me unhappy, or the people in life that make me unhappy, or the situations in life that make me unhappy. I just want to be able to actually wake up in the morning and think about what worries I have in my head, and I don't want any of them to be really big worries that have been weighing me down for a while that, you know, I could deal with. I just want to be happy person. I mean, that's what everyone wants, isn't it? Just to be happy. So yeah, those are kind of my resolutions for the year, and a little bit of a look back. I'm very excited for 2016. It's going to be a big year for me because I'll be graduating this year, and also a very scary year for me. I don't know where I'm going to end up. I don't know if I'll be back home or in Manchester or anywhere else in the world or what. But it's exciting as well, and I've just got to kind of knuckle down and get on with, you know, stuff. And I really want you guys to hold me to that, and I'm really interested to hear if you guys have any resolutions or anything like that as well, or if you're not a resolution kind of person, maybe just generally like things that you've liked about next year and things that you're excited for this year. Like, I'd just love to hear that, because sharing is caring, and I like hearing about, you know, you guys and your lives and things like that, because that makes me feel a little bit more connected to you. I hope you guys have enjoyed the 12 Vids of Chrimbo series a lot. I've really, really enjoyed it. And who knows, maybe I'll do more regular videos like this, maybe like weekly vlogs or something like that, because you guys seem to enjoy the vlogs a lot. But that's it from me for this 12 Days of Chrimbo. I had an absolute blast. I definitely want to do this again next year if I can. And I'm so glad you guys have enjoyed it. And if you missed any of the videos, then you can check out the 12 Vids of Chrimbo playlist on my channel, and you can watch through all of them. You might have missed the trout slapping, guys, the trout slapping. Or maybe how I did my Christmassy nails, which have almost completely chipped off now. Or maybe you want to see Fran and I do some baking or some decorating, or you want to see my whole family get involved in gingerbread making. You know, all those videos like that, you can go check them out on the playlist. And yeah, that's it from me. I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful 2016. I look forward to spending it with you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.